Hi, Gabriella. Yeah, I'm with you, Mary. Hi, Denise. Yes, good news. We've got some rain, but yeah, we don't want the severe weather. Good Monday evening to you and yours. Blessings on your Monday night. Bill Taylor here, Ken's 5 Digital Center, tracking some pretty strong storms that are developing along the cold front. And you can see at the top of your screen, we've got a severe thunderstorm warning in effect. That's going to be Fredericksburg. So for those of you in Fredericksburg, Easton, and Johnson City, or if you know someone there, make sure to text them, give them a heads up, make sure they're not, watching a movie and not paying attention to local weather, because this severe thunderstorm warning is now issued for Gillespie County. It's going to be until 9:30, so at least another 30 to 40 minutes, as this storm is producing what I remember as being about quarter-size hail. No, what? 2-inch size hail. 2-inch. So that is, really, that's tennis. That's almost a tennis ball. Baseball, tennis ball, right in about that size is what we're estimating here. So let me get to show you what that looks like on our hail tracker. Good evening, Paul. Thank you, my brother. So if we do now, yeah, you can see right there. So that purple golf ball, tennis will be that more pink. San Marcos, not just yet, but it will be. I changed my password to incorrect, so anytime I forget and enter the wrong thing, the computer tells me what it is. Ah, very good idea. Yes, Adriana, I think Poteet will get some of this. It won't be soon, but I think before the night is out. Mr. G, what's going on? Good to see you, my brother. Hope all is well. Stephen, Luis, not bad. Sorry, the screen went black for a moment there. But because we're really expecting most of the severe to come together north of us, but you can see how that line is really getting developed over Uvalde. Take a look at that. See, as it's starting to really congeal with that northern line too, over Bandera. That could really happen. And it's become one thick line that starts heading into Hondo. So let me just say this. If you're in San Antonio, if you're in Bernie, if you're in New Braunfels, Seguin, now's the time to protect your vehicles. Now's the time to put your vehicle in the garage, under a carport, even if it means parking it under your tree or putting blankets and comforters over your windshields. And I'm talking about back and front. Sunroofs, definitely put them over your sunroofs. I would do that. Better safe than sorry. We could see some really large hail out of some of these cells. And that's why I'm tracking them now for you. Again, that Fredericksburg storm, radar estimating 2-inch diameter size hail. And what our hail tracker is indicating is just under tennis ball size. Will southeast get hail? Brittany, is definitely possible. Let me just show you that. I want to save this view. Yeah, let's go ahead and do Not yet, Manuela, but definitely a chance this evening. Yes, Angela, absolutely. In San Antonio, we will have the chance of these storms producing large hail. So that's what I'm saying. If you're in San Antonio, I would get your car protected. Better safe than sorry, and now's the time to protect it because we still have, I would say, at least an hour to 2 hours from these storms moving into the city. But if they hold together, especially the ones I'm watching develop over Uvalde, if these hold together and push east, see, they're moving northeast, but this entire line is being moved east and will be moving through San Antonio. Yeah, Pleasanton for sure. Not as great a severe threat as San Antonio, but it's there. Karina, it's possible because all of Bexar County is in a level 2 risk. Let me show you what the SPC put us in. Severe Prediction Center said a 2 out of 5 risk for South Texas. And that's going to include San Antonio, Hondo, Castroville, Seguin, New Braunfels, Bernie, all those communities in the metro, but it does not include Atascosa County. Atascosa County goes to a 1 out of 5. You can see how quickly it drops off because we're on the southern reach of the severe weather threat. I mean, the farther north you go, it's been a really rough night up in North Texas, and you can see that it's extending all the way up through Oklahoma City on the threat of seeing severe weather tonight. Tornadoes are not a big concern. We can't rule them out in this kind of volatile, buoyant atmosphere with a lot of lift and a lot of instability, but hail is the primary threat. Tornadoes are a very, very low possibility in this environment, and it has to do a lot with the lack of wind shear. This is more or less a hail event than anything else. So New Braunfels is in a level 2. No watches are in effect because, and I just got done reading a discussion from the Severe Prediction Center, these are expected to be isolated severe storms. Nothing is expected to reach a regional problem or a widespread issue because, see, this line is one line. Once we get this line east of us, it's over. But it's going to probably be later tonight before that's possible, These storms will be moving through here, like I say, about 10 to 11 p.m. Hey, Vince, how you doing, man? Yes, Adriana, always, right? Please tell me. Hey, Dawn Lucero. I wish I could. The early forecast is cloudy on the 8th and even a chance of rain. That's the first forecast. We're 7 days out. So remember that, again, a lot can change in a very fluid atmosphere. And hopefully timing. Timing could even still work in our favor. We get a little bit of a break at, say, 1 to 2 p.m. That's always going to be possible. Hail is possible in San Antonio, Sandra. Absolutely. Gregorio, we've got some pretty good strong storms building out west. Chance of hail into San Antonio. So I'm suggesting anyone in San Antonio, protect your vehicles. Even get them, covered or underneath something or in a garage if you can. We've got a good chance of seeing some good hail in San Antonio. One of our directors, her father lives in Lakey, and so you can see Lakey is west on Highway 83. If you look, let me just give you a pointer. Lakey is right about there. Okay, that's Lakey, Texas. Dime-size hail, according to her dad just a few moments ago. So, again, this is going to, dime-size hail won't do damage. But as these storms move east, there's a chance that they build, and there's a good chance they deliver some really large hail. Hi, Silvana. Yeah, very humid, right? I mean, stage set. Lord, and my husband would be working on his truck in the garage. Hey, Emily, right? At least it's in the garage. That's good. What's going on, Gene? Good to see you. I just hit Florio's last week. It was delicious. Tonight, these are the storms that are producing hail right now. The largest is going to be the one over Fredericksburg, but let me show you the hail tracker. And we can loop this over the last, let's just give it the last hour. And wherever you see the little gray, that's going to be some small hail, but you can see that little colored spot, top of your screen, that's going to be the 2-inch diameter. According to what the National Weather Service is saying, my hail tracker is showing maybe golf ball almost tennis ball size. And that's, I would say tennis balls about 2 inches in diameter is moving towards Johnson City. So if you know someone in Johnson City, I would let them know. Some pretty large hail's heading in your way. And that definitely is sizable hail. When we see the colors, that's going to be large enough to do dents and crack some windshields, crack some sunroofs. So that's why I say, why not play it safe, get your car protected. Even if it's just throwing an old comforter or towels over the top of that sunroof or your windshields, it's going to help. You're welcome, Juan. Thanks for saying that. Yeah, Cynthia, it's possible. San Marcos, the I-35 corridors where these storms could, either stay intact or begin to dissipate. But let's play it out as if they're going to stay intact, right? Because worst case scenario is that, of course, they hold together, but at least we're way out ahead of it, and that's why I'm on right now, to get you prepared for what's heading in your direction. Hard to track these out because, remember, they're moving individually at about 40 to 50 miles per hour. They move fast in that northeast mean flow. And I don't mean mean flow like as in a, mean, not nice flow. The mean flow is going to be the overall directional steering of these storms. Mid to upper level, higher, lower level winds will be steering these northeast, okay? That's why we always kind of look like when cells break out of that mean flow, like if they take a hard, like say they're all racing this way, right? They're all going northeast. Of course, if you're at home, they're going, wait, I don't know, but you know what I mean. So they're kind of moving this way. Well, in the event, they would be this way for you guys at home. So they're moving this way. Well, when if all the storms are tracking this way, and this is the mean flow, if we see a storm break off and take a hard, like if the mean flow is going this way and a storm does this and just breaks off that mean flow and takes a hard left or right turn on its own, those are the ones that you really watch closely because those are the supercells. That's typically going to be what we call a TVS, a mesoscale, a mesocyclone. And it's going to have rotation, and it's going to be a very dangerous supercell. Not the case with everything is kind of just moving nicely in that mean flow, racing off that one storm. Let me see what the speed was on that one, because earlier they were moving really fast. Yeah, 55 miles per hour. So the cell that we have the warning on that's moving closer to 281 now, eastern Gillespie County. So it's out of Fredericksburg. But that one is moving east at 55 miles per hour. Sorry, Gene, what was your question? I've been talking. Hope it steers clear of Seguin. Yeah, no, Seguin's definitely in the risk, a 2 out of 5 risk, but not under a watch. Cuero. Well, Cuero is going to probably get some rain. This line will hold together east of the city. Canyon Lake is definitely in the risk of seeing some sizable hail. Is that North? He's listening in North Texas?
North Texas.
Yeah, I was like, why is he?
Doing that all evening.
I don't know why. I'd listen to local. All right, severe statement just issued. Radar tracking strong thunderstorms 7 miles north of Sabinal, 6 miles southeast of Uvalde. Okay, so these are the cells right in here that I'm going to start talking about right now, right here.
April Fools.
Movement northeast at 50 miles an hour. So just like that cell up there in Fredericksburg, these are racing off at 50 miles per hour. Northeast is the direction. Nickel-size hail. So they're reporting nickel-size hail in the storms that are moving into Sabinal, kind of marching down Highway 90. And again, moving northeast at 55, moving east at 55 miles per hour. No, 50. Close. But yeah, those are gonna be the ones that we watch closely. Those are growing. A lot of lightning, and I'll tell you, whenever you see that cluster of lightning, where it's really bunching up like that, that's a good proxy to thunderstorm strength. When we're seeing a lot of lightning clustering up like that, that means that this storm is getting a tremendous amount of updraft. Updraft is building in that cell, and so the storm itself is growing in altitude. In fact, let me just show you this. I can take off lightning. And now, give us a 3D slice on what we're looking at Sabinal. So you can see it's upwards of about 50,000, almost 50,000 feet. The top of that is 60,000, so we've eclipsed 40,000. The higher these storms build, the taller they get, typically the larger the hailstones. As you get into that cold, you're getting into colder air, more ice. Storms are, again, just bouncing these hailstones around within. And so it's collecting more and more ice on every trip to the top of that storm. Updraft takes it up on its descent. Strong updraft continues because the storm is building, and that updraft is just continuing to hold those stones up. Okay, and with each trip, it's getting larger. And then what's happening too, on its descent, when other hailstones are kind of melting into them, that's how they get those spikes. So that is also happening. And again, some of these stronger, severe storms. Let's just loop the last 2 hours.
Only because we pushed this out earlier. Yeah. Otherwise, I'd be totally before.
Has there been any huge you see?
No, I'm checking. I'm refreshing every couple minutes. So you know how crazy they get when hail's in our area. So,
Yeah.
No, not yet. Let me check our Facebook inbox. Sometimes they send me. Maybe nothing's falling.
Yeah, we're not getting a whole lot of large hail reports.
Okay.
So far, I've got nickel out west towards Uvalde. I wonder why that warning went away. The warning was issued till 9:30.
Might be hard to differentiate.
They must have canceled it, but no indication that they were doing that. Usually they'll tell us on our chat here. But, I mean, I should, oh wait, that's why. Sorry, my bad. There it is. I clicked something. So that warning does continue into Johnson City until 9:30. But what we could see at any minute is a warning on this right here, what's moving into Medina County. And what will be some very good rain for Medina Lake, okay? Don't forget where Medina Lake is located, and some of this stuff's gonna go right into their area. That's Medina Lake right there. So hopefully that goes right on top of Medina Lake and they get a good inch or so, because the problem with these storms moving so quickly, we don't get a whole lot of rain deposited in an area, right? It's good because we don't flood either, but it's bad because Medina Lake and especially Kendall County, they all need a lot of rain. Kendall County is still an extreme to exceptional drought. So they really need every bit of this rain to just park over them and pour it out. You felt the humidity today. I haven't seen a 70-degree dew point in a while, and I saw it today. That's tropical. So this stage was set for these storms to hold together. The good news is on severe impact, we're at, 9, 10 p.m. The sun is down. The heat is over. So those contributing factors are pretty limited at this hour. And when I say heat, you ready for this? Y'all ready for this? All right. The highs today. We'll get back to radar. But this was incredible. Carrizo Springs. You hit 102 today. Look at this. 99 at Pearsall, Del Rio, Catula, all 99s. Uvalde, 94. Hondo, 90. Pleasanton, 91. 87 Seguin and San Antonio. Wow. That's some heat. 10 to 15 degrees above seasonal average. So this is part of the ingredients in our severe weather stew. Heat. But now that we're on the other side of the daytime heat, it's a good thing. Because again, we're at least able to minimize, not by much, but we're able to, minimize the threat of severe just a touch because of that lack of heat and daytime sunshine. That's what did help our atmosphere too with the cloud cover we had today. Limited sunshine means that the atmosphere did not destabilize as much as it could have. Sunshine always kind of destabilizes things a little bit more, as well as, of course, heat things up, which is another ingredient. So here we are in spring, and we got some good spring storms. All right, I was checking the chat, so forgive me for missing any of your questions. I'm coming back right now. Let me get this back going. Congratulations, Caitlin Clark in Iowa. Big win. Natalia. Hi, Mariah. So Natalia's going to get some very heavy rain, and you could expect some hail. Again, if you're in Hondo, Castroville, Bernie, San Antonio, anyone east of this line should prepare for hail. Protect your vehicles if you're able. I'd have to cover our garage's storage, so we can't pull any cars into our garage. So we either go under trees or we put old comforters over the sunroof and windshield. Will Selma get hail? It's possible, absolutely. And so far, like I said, some of the hail reports have been small in our region. Nickel size east of Uvalde, crossing over 90. What's over Sabinal right now, in between Uvalde and Hondo, is expected to be about nickel size, not large enough to really cause any problems. But that can change. I mean, the hail that was up near Fredericksburg was nearly 2-inch in diameter. So hail size can change in an instant. So I want you to be prepared. Prepare your vehicles for that. New Braunfels, what's up, Daniel? Thank you for that. I would prepare. New Braunfels, prepare for hail. These storms are definitely going to hold together. You'll get some heavy rain on the I-35 corridor. 211 Petranco. Hi, Cynthia. It's possible. I would prepare for it. Breaking up my family is going to be easy to break up thanks to Bill's broadcast. What? Hey, Jeremy. I don't understand what that means. Will Crown Ridge by Oak Hills Church get hail? Hey, Mason, Imelda. It's possible. I mean, these storms, again, everybody that's east, Candalia, it's possible too. I mean, every one of you should prepare for it. Hey, Aaron, Canyon Lake, yeah, definitely going to get some heavy rain because these storms will definitely hold together for the I-35 corridor. Converse, Crystal, I would say it's going to be probably by 10, top of the hour. Hi, Stacy. Well, it depends on where, but I think in San Antonio, it's going to be between pretty much 9:30, 9:45 to about 10:30, 11 o'clock. What about Helotes, Karen Clark? I love you. I love Helotes. Well, it's probably going to be a little bit of hail. Right now, all we've seen is nickel size. So far, so good, but let's prepare for that to get larger, okay? Because we've seen 2-inch diameter size hail up in Fredericksburg, nearly tennis ball size. So it's something to definitely keep an eye on. Hi, Sandra. Will it hit 1604 and 90? Yes, far west San Antonio for sure. Hey, Mark, how you doing? 90 and 1604. Yeah, about the same spot. Exactly. Definitely. Alamo Ranch, same spot. Hi, Jenna. When? I would still give it, about 30 minutes minimum. So that's why prepare your vehicles now if you can. I mean, you're better safe than sorry. Because you don't want to deal, I'm telling you, with broken glass inside your car. That's just, what a headache. And it's an easy thing to avoid. I am, Judy. Thanks for noticing. A little pick-me-up on a Monday. Pleasanton. Hey, Chris, not a whole lot. Not as severe because the severe threat really ends at Bexar County. We're on the southern reach of this severe potential tonight, but there's no watches. And right now, the only warning is to our north, and that's going to be now Blanco County, Johnson City. It's really confined to that one cell right there until 9:30. Stockdale, I don't, Stacy. I don't think anything south, east of San Antonio, Gigi, will definitely, these storms will hold together. But again, we're looking at, once you get south of Bexar County into Wilson, Atascosa, half of Medina, but Frio for sure, you're out of the severe threat pretty much. Henry, I still think it'll be heavy rain in downtown. I think you'll see some small hail downtown. Absolutely. Absolutely. Hey, Eric. Yes, it'll be fast to move through. These storms are moving at 50 miles an hour. So this line is being pushed by the front. The cells are individually moving northeast. That's kind of the mean flow of things. Like a good neighbor. There it is. Hi, Judy. State Farm is there. New Braunfels. What's up, Brian? Yeah, this will hold together. Definitely. I-35 corridor. Jonathan, Bexar County, I would say by 9:30, 10, well, not about 9:45, 10 o'clock. Right at the beginning of Ken's 5, News at 10. Almost said eyewitness. So yeah, see how those lines are kind of now starting to come together over Bandera just a little bit. Doesn't necessarily mean they're going to get stronger or anything like that, but just a little bit of a congeal, if you will, and they'll start pushing east. Oh, Denise, it's awfully awesome. Yes, lift up what are estimated over 3,000 homeless people in San Antonio. That's an awesome prayer. Can someone tell me when this is all happening, especially for Cibolo? Hi, Angelica. Eastern Bexar County, probably 10:30-ish. I'm guesstimating. These cells are moving 50 miles an hour northeast, so I can't really track them with any kind of, because the line itself is being pushed east, and that speed's kind of hard to determine. No tornado action, Sandy. This environment's more for large hail and maybe some damaging winds. But so far, winds haven't been too big of a concern. And hail, so far, nickel size in the area. I've been checking our hail tracker. Excuse me. And here's the last 2 hours of tracking hail. All right, now you see right over Sabinal, look at that one cell. See that little blue dot west of Hondo. This guy right here. So that's nickel size. Starting to approach quarter size. Once you start seeing colors, that's when you got to start saying, okay, we've got something here. So that's why I'm saying, if you can protect your vehicle, do so. Somerset's going to stay south of any of the real action, I think. I mean, you'll get some heavy rain, but as far as large hail, it's really going to be northern Bexar County, New Braunfels, Bernie are definitely the ones that'll have the better chance. Number 3, yeah. Well, it depends on what happens at parking spot number 1, David, because that can really adjust the timing for parking. Good question, though. No, Alondra, it'll definitely, we'll get some heavy rain in downtown, okay? We'll definitely get some heavy rain in downtown and probably some small hail. Wouldn't be surprised, just not dangerous size hail. Mini Castle Hills should see some decent hail. I would protect your vehicles. And Jasmine. And all yelling at me about Castle Hills. Sometimes I'm sorry, I'll miss the question. Daughter lives in Hondo. How will it be there? Yeah, Hondo's about to get it right now. So it's not too bad. It's gonna be some very heavy rain, probably some small hail, but nothing large enough to crack any windshields or damage any vehicles. I would let her know, make sure she's aware. Just send her a text. I always suggest that because so many people are streaming and watching movies or binge watching their favorite show, and they're unaware of what's happening with the weather. And these storms could be knocking on your doorstep, and you're into a movie, you can't tell. You're not even really hearing the winds pick up outside. Then all of a sudden the rain hits, and you're like, what happened, right? Well, just give them a heads up. Let them know what's coming in. Froze me with the questions. Have family in Denton. Me too. Heard they had tornado sirens. Do you know anything else? I have not heard that, Jackie. I've got family in Denton too. I've been watching those storms closely. They had one cell. In fact, let me just give you an update. They had one cell that was producing some pretty large hail, but grateful to say that it passed off to the south of Denton proper, and that was the only cell that really impacted them. See? They're done. So everything's can issue the all clear in Denton, Texas right now. But I can tell you that, I don't know about the sirens going off, but I can confirm that there's been no tornado. If the sirens went off, that could have been related to the hail, but there was no tornado in Denton County. That's for sure. So yeah, the one severe thunderstorm warning is going to be Blanco County now, Johnson City until 9:30, 281 North. By the way, if you've never done the Christmas lights in Johnson City, do the Christmas lights in Johnson City. They're unbelievable. The power company there decorates the entire downtown of Johnson City. It is worth the trip. Take your fam. It's beautiful. Not right now. Wait until November, December. Audrey, East Side's going to be probably another hour. Absolutely, Robert. Hey, Sada. Joe, hi, Bill. Do you know if Sisterdale? Not as much as us. Anything south of the city is definitely a lower chance of hail. And like I said, hail so far so good. We haven't seen those large hailstones, but I want to prepare everybody. What storms I'm looking at moving into Hondo right now are kind of running around 35 to 45,000 feet, not large enough to really produce that kind of hailstones that we're going to be concerned about. I'm also seeing some of this break up a little bit. If you look north of where you see Hondo, see how we're getting a little separation there? That's always a good sign. As it just starts to kind of break up, we should see some weakening. That's always good. And the largest hail, and it was radar indicated, was just east of Uvalde at nickel size. So not too bad for anybody. Hey, Lisa, how are you? How long will this storm last here in San Antonio, Paul? I wouldn't say more than, 45 minutes to an hour. This will pass through quickly. It's 55 miles per hour these storms are moving. Going to issue a downstream warning for a storm in Blanco County. Report of 1 to 1.5 inch size hail there. Okay, that's again the Blanco County cell. Blanco, Hayes, into Travis now for Austin's area. So I'll kind of turn things over to K-View, our sister station in Austin, for the rest of that. And that new one's going until, just in case you know somebody there and you want to give them a heads up, until 10:15. That newest warning there, okay? Let them know. Hondo's in a bubble. Hi, Sandy. Right? Hey, Tony, Tamina. How are you guys? Good to see y'all. I still owe you a good birthday greeting, Tamina, and I'm going to do that for you. I promise. Do you get excited for storms or nervous? It's a good question, Gabrielle. A little bit of both. I get anxious. I don't know if excited is the right word because I'm not like jumping up and down with joy, but it's something I get a little anxious about, and then I do get concerned because storms can be life-threatening situation, and we've got 1.5 million people living in San Antonio. So when these storms get dangerous, I get a little anxious about what's going to happen. And you remember, even though I've been here almost 30 years, you never see the same storm twice. And so anything can happen, and that's why you have to watch every one of them as if it's the first time you've seen it, because it's definitely the first time we've seen that exact storm line on April 1st, moving towards Hondo, right? That is a first for sure. There's never been any storm like this exact one, okay? So how it behaves is something we have to, watch very closely. When you're in this kind of an environment, I mean, we had a dew point of 70 today. We were cloudy, our atmosphere is very buoyant, very unstable, and so with those kind of conditions in place, you can see storms misbehave very quickly, very quickly. Good idea, Cheryl. Yo, Patrick, what's up, man? Castroville. Yeah, I think that's a good idea. I mean, you're better safe than sorry. So far, again, hail has not been monstrous. It's been nickel size, which won't do damage, but if that changes, at least you're ready, Cheryl. Hey, Seguin, what's up, Norma? I think you'll definitely get some heavy rain. There is a chance you'll get some of this hail, but so far the hail's been tolerable, if you will. Hey, Mark, will this line clip SA at all? Yeah, seems to be moving straight northeast, any rain for downtown. So, as it's being pushed east, don't forget that, Mark, because even though the cells are moving northeast and fast, 50 miles per hour, 50, not 15, 50 miles per hour they're moving. Well, that's good for the lack of flooding because the storms are moving out quickly, but it's bad because you just don't get that good deposit of, say, an inch to an inch and a half of rain, what we need. So downtown will get rain, but estimates are probably going to be 1/4 inch at most. Hey, Brian, update on the forecast. Oh, it's not good, brother. So we're still, 6 days away, but right now, cloudy with a chance of rain on Monday the 8th. Sorry. Ramona, will San Antonio get heavy rain tomorrow? Absolutely not. This will be gone, and we will be clear, breezy, and a beautiful Tuesday. Nothing but wall-to-wall sunshine tomorrow. Gorgeous day tomorrow. High will be, it'll be warm. It won't be cool until Wednesday morning. Once we get this system out, cooler air is going to filter in behind it, and we go down about 49 Wednesday morning, Thursday morning too. A couple of chilly mornings. But yeah, afternoons, mid-70s, upper 70s. More seasonal tomorrow than today. We were in the mid-80s today. And humid. Morning commute's going to be fine. There'll be enough wind overnight to dry this rain up. So I don't even think you'll have wet roads to drive on tomorrow morning. Some of the wind speeds aren't going to be dangerous wind speeds, but will be breezy enough overnight that what does fall, and we're not expecting much to stay on the ground because we're only expecting like 1/2 inch and less in most cases. Unless if these storms really slow down, which they really could, we shouldn't see much in the form of wet roads tomorrow morning. But no rain tomorrow morning, okay? Let me just say that, no rain. Rain's gone by, it could be midnight. It could be that early. But I would say for sure, at the very latest, 2 a.m. Let's just say 2 a.m. at the latest. And that's what I was just saying, Anna. Your question came right at the right time. We have Hero Stadium tomorrow, special ed students. So excited to watch them have a great time competing. Alicia, that's so awesome. Does our newsroom know about this? Can you send me an email? I would love to let them know, Alicia. It's going to be a beautiful day at Hero Stadium. You're not going to have a problem with weather. It'll all dry up, and it'll be a great day. And we would love to get a camera out there. So please, send me the info, B. Taylor, as in Bill Taylor, B. Taylor at kens5.com. Kens, then the number 5.com. Don't spell out 5, just use the number. B. Taylor at kens5.com. Would love all that info. Nothing, Megs, nothing ever happens. Right? Darn it. That's why we can't have nice things. And she's right. I mean, this happens all too often, and it's mainly because of the urban heat island effect. We'll see these storm lines move towards the city, and then just completely dissipate and break up. All parts of San Antonio should definitely get some decent rain, Michelle. No tornado action, Gary. You're right. No worries on any rotation. We're not seeing enough wind shear. In this environment, it's more about large hail being produced. And so that's what we're kind of on the lookout for, but so far so good. Just some heavy rain. I don't know about always, Julie, but I appreciate you. Thank you. I pray the storm slow down. Yes, dear Lord, thank you. Enough to fill up Canyon or make a dent. That'd be nice, right, Gary? Medina, too. Medina's getting that rain right now. So if that rain could just park right there on Medina Lake, that would be so nice. That'd be a blessing. Every drop's a blessing. All things come from above. All good things. Thank you for the info. You're very welcome, Ashley. Anytime. You rock. Thank you, Louise. Well east of San Antonio, see rain, or is cap too strong? Jared, great question. So the cap, not too strong. So we'll definitely keep this rain falling east of us, I believe. Hi, Denise. Lidle hail. Hey, Kay. It's possible, not probable. I'll say that. And if it does happen, it's going to be small. I wouldn't worry about it. Yes, I am, Dana. I know, right? Yeah, I love how they put it together. The special effects should be better. They've got another, pretty good storyline from what I've seen. Although, I'll miss seeing Helen Hunt and, rest in peace, Bill Paxton. But I'm looking forward to that movie. See what our movie critic thinks. David,
Monday.
Are you excited about Twisters?
Oh, yes.
You are? Yeah.
Glenn Powell, baby.
Yeah.
Texas is his own.
Oh, that's right. The director, you mean?
No, the star, Glenn Powell.
Glenn Powell
Top Gun.
is our Texas guy.
Yeah.
Awesome.
The director made a real low-key drama. It's a very weird assignment for him, but he's a good director. I'm excited.
When is it out?
Seems based off the trailer that they know exactly what they're doing.
Yeah.
I think July.
July. Oh, not till summer? Okay.
So it's a summer movie. Yeah.
Summer, yeah. That would make sense, yeah.
You gonna review it? You gonna review how?
I should, right?
Review how accurate it is.
Yeah, I really should. They were pretty spot on in Twister. I mean, except for, outrunning a F5 on foot.
Yeah.
That's not going to happen. Tying yourself down to some pipes in a pump house to survive an F5 in the suck zone, not going to happen. Because if you're inside of the vortex, what's called the suck zone of a tornado, and it's an F4 or an F5 like they were in that movie Twister, those people would not even exist anymore. I mean, not to get too graphically gross, but it literally rips you apart. I mean, I'm sorry, but that's just a fact of what power nature has. I mean, they were like tied down and looking up into the tornado. Oh, come on, that was kind of silly. And then outrunning, that was the other part. They're literally running debris. Remember, one piece of bark, a pine needle, is all it would take. A pine needle would pierce and probably kill. It's just unbelievable. When something's airborne and moving at 300 miles an hour. Anyway, it's a movie. Jennifer, watching that in the theater with my mom, Doreen Zapata, when it first came out. We went back to see it again. Awesome, yeah. And then there's that theater scene, remember? At the drive-in rather, when they all go underneath. They had the storm shelter underneath. Because, that's something we don't have. We can't get underground here. Not too easily, anyway. All right, Blanco Hayes. That warning has been canceled. Severe thunderstorm was expected to expire at 10:15. They've canceled it now. That cell has collapsed quickly. As are some of these that are moving into, our viewing area, or our metro. I'm sorry. Hondo, I'm not too concerned about these being violent, dangerous storms. We certainly haven't seen them grow. So that's good news. Okay? So here's what's going to happen, guys. I've got to go get ready for the big shoe. We're going to put this on here in motion and keep you going. Okay? No chance of rain again until Sunday, as in like 6 days from now. So after this, loads of sunshine the rest of the week. So I would say, no worries on the 7-day forecast. Slight chance of rain by Sunday. But definitely, again, Keep an eye on this radar. I'm going to keep this looping as I go get ready for Ken's 5 News at 10. I love you all. Stay safe. God bless you. And God bless your families. You're welcome, Denise. Well, Josie, we're going to get some rain, and it could be heavy, and we could still see some small hail in the city. So I wouldn't say we're good as in all clear good, but we're good at that the storms aren't really growing. They're not building that rapidly. That's a good sign. I love you all, and I mean it. See you at 10. Good evening, guys. We're back out here. We're live and in color. Bill Taylor here just off the set. So I wanted to get back in here and give you guys an update on the goings on. You can already see this warning has been extended farther east down I-10 to Seguin now. And so the good news is what I'm looking at right now is that this storm is not getting any larger. If anything, it's collapsing on its arrival to Seguin. So if you're in Seguin, the good news is the storm is not as violent as it was. It's definitely weakening on its arrival. As I come into play here, just want to get back to, we've got some, I'm looking at some of the pictures that came in. If you look here on our website, on our Facebook page, you'll see about 30 minutes ago we posted some pea-sized hail coming down in Bexar County. We heard some hail on the rooftop here at Ken's 5. We're in the medical center. But what's cool about the picture that did come in, and I'm looking at it right now, this person put the hailstones in the palm of their hand, and you can see the translucent rings inside the hailstone. You can see that this hailstone took a few trips inside the storm. Every one of those rings is indicating a trip to the top of the storm, in other words. Really cool. All right, there we are right there, so I can see. Hey, Alan. Yeah, I don't know about a second wave necessarily. What you're seeing are some residual downpours that are developing back west. So what Alan's talking about is right in here. You can see near Uvalde down towards Crystal City, Carrizo Springs, Cotulla, and Tilden. Just some scattered showers that will go non-severe. What's good is that the severe storms that have already erupted, and we've only had two. Okay, we've only had two cells that went severe. They really kind of squash the atmosphere. They kind of break down the atmosphere just a bit. So it's really hard to develop severe storms in their wake, if you will. But the one severe cell that's out there, now exiting Bexar County, heading into Guadalupe County, is under a warning until 11:15. Audio skipping. Is that right? 1, 2. Look a little hot. There. Check. Okay. Can't hear. Audio is out. I've got a lot of.
Oh, this is good. You're back now. This is
Give me some thumbs up out there. Thanks for letting me know, everybody, because you're really the only way. Island, Andy said.